the number of websites we are told to redo needs to be less than 10%. When it comes to deployment of applications and having what we call bugs in that application, so usually, or as far as I'm concerned, we rarely have deployed applications where there are actually more than 3 bugs per release. And in fact, we rarely have those calls. I doubt anybody has received any call from our client complaining about a bug in an application. The idea behind that is you want to ensure that you're not spending so much time on customer support because of what you've set up. So when it comes to app development, we are saying 3 bugs. Ticket closure time. So how fast do we close our ticket? Okay, this is dependent on our SLA. So if our SLA for urgent tickets is 1 to 3 hours or 24 hours, then are we ensuring that tickets are closed within 24 hours that are marked urgent? If tickets normal, are we closing within 1 to 3 days that ticket? If tickets are neither urgent nor within the normal range, not so urgent, are we closing within the 5-day range? So the minute a ticket goes beyond that, then you say, okay, in our quality measure, and we need to address that. Tickets include domain transfers, website transfers, website design, and when you eventually upload that final site or move it from test or to production, how much time does that take? There's one site that is giving us a problem, Finbridge. We are beyond our SLA here, but we've been keeping the client informed because it is something outside our sphere of influence at this point in time. So ideally, this should be guides. What changes? So ideally, we want to say we have documented steps for every task. Every employee will be well trained in their relevant SOP. We have an SOP register with a checklist. Quality audits. Ideally, we are saying next year we should have some audits and then improvements. Responsibilities to read, understand, and follow SOPs. If you are a process owner, review and train others in your department, monitor compliance and metrics, and support improvements and resource allocation. So scan that QR code. That should give you a link to a Google Doc. Ideally, it's going to ask for access. It's going to ask you for access. Ideally, when we share documents with third parties, that is the standard procedure. Why? So that then you know who's accessing the documents at what point in time. And hence the reason why we're also saying that this thing of sharing documents on WhatsApp is not professional. Because then you don't know who's accessing the documents at any given time. If tomorrow someone said we need to revoke access of a document that was shared on WhatsApp, how do you revoke that access? But when it's sitting on a drive, then you can revoke access, getting that email user off accessing that document. And I hope we understand the aspect around documents and company information, client information. A client can request for information to be booked and no longer accessible. We must grant them that opportunity. It is very difficult to grant when those documents are shared on platforms like WhatsApp. While I know WhatsApp has been trying to improve certain things, but there is still, when it comes to the level of professionalism, there is still a lot of openness in terms of accessibility of information once it has been shared, and where next it goes after it's shared. Um, so ideally, that link should send you, should allow you to ask for access to the draft documents. Each person picks their page and modifies it. And then later on, we shall expect you to present your SOP, we review, and then we approve it. Ideally, then, once we approve, there should be a list of users who confirm acknowledgement and understanding of our quality. Not an act, it's a habit. That's a quote by Aristotle. This email address where staff can share suggestions for improvement in things next year, to look at our processes, update versions after audits or incidents, and then also celebrate a compliance champion each quarter. As we close, these SOPs are not just paperwork. They are our promise of excellence to every client. Let's take ownership, follow the process, protect that, and keep on improving together. So that's my closing statement. I hope someone has gotten the link to the document. I think that document is shared on our shared Google Drive, the company Drive. So when it comes to assigning access, either myself, Monica, or Ezekiel can assign access to the documents. Thank you very much. I open the floor to questions.